Hello and welcome back, and today I want to talk about something a wee bit different. These earphones here are the Viaim OpenNote AI Assistant earphones. Now I know what you're thinking. One, everyone talks about AI at the moment, I'm sick of it, and two, you never talk about stuff like this on the channel. But let me explain. Here on the channel, we don't take sponsorship that much. We very rarely use sponsorship in any of our videos, largely because when we do integrate sponsorship, as we've done in the past, we do it when it is either a service or a product that we either use or believe in. Now, do you remember for the last week or so, we've been covering the IFA event in Germany. Now, during that, a number of you highlighted why in all of the videos I was wearing earphones. I was, doing my normal broadcast that I normally do. Why was I wearing these? Well, nice and simple, because Viaim reached out to sponsor our trip to IFA. We were going anyway, I'll be straight with you. It's money for old rope, wasn't it? But at the same time, what they were promising was a set of earphones that would allow me, when doing all of my videos, to get live transcription. Live transcription of everything I was doing, and therefore I could use that transcription in my videos, I could use it in my articles, and ultimately that it would benefit what I do. And I said, send me the earphones, and if they don't do what they do, I'll send them back and I'll say a horrible video about you. And I'm pleased to say this isn't going to be a horrible video. Now, if you've seen the articles, you've seen the videos, they were all made and assisted using this. This utilising a mobile application that right now, as I speak, hopefully on screen as you can see, is transcribing everything I'm saying. So we're going to click stop there, and we'll come back to that later on live. This allowed me to be able to create a lot of the articles, to summarise and to do a much better job of filtering a lot of the more important information into the presentation for you guys. Now, how was it done? It was done with these earphones accessing ChatGPT services. Now, on top of that, you can also record local. So what you can do if you choose to is press and hold in the earphone, and as you need it, you can press and hold store a recording of many, many hours inside one of the headsets, and then when you are back at your hotel, when you are back at your editing station, you can offload them directly via Bluetooth onto the application and get that transcription done. It also supports things like live translation. It allowed me to talk to people in German, allowed me to talk to Eddie in Latvian, it allowed me to talk English out loud and then it be output into that person's language and then they speak and then it came back to me in mine. For me, that sounds useful. Now, let's be realistic. One, this is a sponsored video, so there's going to be some of you that are skeptical. I get that, I'm with you. Secondly, it is the idea of integrating AI into our lives, and this is using a remote AI. So let's talk a little bit more about that connection. Let's talk a little bit more about what this does. Now, the brand tell me that communication between the application that you use on your Android or iOS device to take advantage of some of the assistance using AI is done via encrypted protocol. None of the data is stored on their servers and ultimately allows you to use ChatGPT but live while at presentations. Maybe you're a student, maybe you're doing your work and you need something to take notes and compress that into a much more understandable and presentable fashion. Moreover, as you can see here on screen with my phone, the conversation that we had at the start of this video and everything I said to you at the beginning can be summarized into a pre-made detailed account of everything that's been covered via that transcription. This can then be translated into this mind map. This allowed me during the IFA event to work out the more important points and put different subjects into the right classification, allowing me to bunch stuff up. So whether I was discussing the details of a product, a service, a software, it allowed me to map things together and then present things in the most sequential and understandable fashion. To me, that was only a good thing. Moreover, here's another example here on screen. This was from the Synology Solutions exhibition some days later in the UK, and I utilised this headset to allow me to watch the presentations but also record the dialogue and transcribe it. This assisted me when creating the full detailed breakdown of the Synology Solutions event and allowed me to present to you all of the new hardware and software that was revealed at that event, allowing me to do a lot more of the stock recordings because the earphones were doing the work for me. Also, I am going to say the fact that these devices don't go inside my ear was invaluable. Again, because I had to have dialogue with people. I had to record things and listen with my own ears at the same time. So having over-the-ear design really helped me. And these were small, subtle, the power lasted for quite a long time, and ultimately, as far as design goes, I was really happy with what I got here. Chances are, if you see me at expos or at shows in the future, you're probably going to see me wearing these. Now, one of the key points here is that when I make videos and when I make articles at NAS Compares, I need it to be in my voice. It's very easy, if I wanted to just use an AI, scrape something off the internet that exists and parrot it into the world. That's not what I want to do. I like it when I can use AI assistants as assistants and allow me to use something to create, but in my voice, my design, and my control. This allowed me to use, when I'm making videos like this, to convert this into articles based on my voice, my facts, and ultimately it's still me. Now, alongside the transcription, it allows you, when it comes to the creation and the summary of this information, to use lots of tools. You can change the AI model as needed, and there's several supported, not just ChatGPT for that matter. You can also change some of the output languages for immediate translation if you choose. You can change the object of the reading to be you, or if you're presenting it to another party. You can then also change the style, be it more shorthand, a lot more brief, or a little bit more elongated. Alongside that, changing the detail level of individual facts, and ultimately allow you to filter a lot more about the presentation to your needs. If you work within IT, you can change it so it works within an IT setting, and the presentation will be more understandable to someone of an IT frame of mind. This toes the line, I think, for some towards AI-generated content and AI-assisted content. This falls, I hope, more into the latter party. Now, I spoke about Viaim to their own stand during IFA. There was a reason they were sponsoring my coverage of IFA there. They were sponsoring it for this video, allowing me to do that. They weren't mentioned in any other video but this one, and they were cool with that. But this video is where we're talking about them, because genuinely I walked away happy with this product. But let's go over to when we spoke with a team member of Viaim about the product and a little bit more about that translation. So, this is Amanda, brand manager here at Viaim, and, well, frankly, Amanda, I've been wearing these now for about 3 days. It would be interesting to know just what I've strapped to my head. So, if you could just let us know, and all the lovely people at home.
Okay, thank you for loving that. Cool. And we are Viaim, so we made AI earbuds. So what are you? You are wearing a open designed earbuds, and this is one of our prototypes. Another prototype is designed for in-ear, so it will has like a lot of noise cancellation functions and up to like 48 dB of noise cancellations. So for all the earbuds, we have our own AI called Viaim AI. So it's powered by OpenAI's GPT and the cloud, and also it's hosted on the AWS. So here is kind of like a recap room that we usually demo to the visitors, like how our AI can do for all the people who use it and record their meetings or attend to the foreign language of the class. So here you can try it now. So our AI can summarize things and lessons for you. So usually when people are having 2 or 3 hours of meetings, they're too tired of organizing all the meeting notes, or they're too tired of like a replay like 2 hours of the video to find the details. So here is what Viaim AI is doing. So start now, we are having like a different kind of like a user scenarios of people who use earbuds. For example, some of our users are students who will attend some psychology class, and usually those psychology classes will be like 5 hours or 2 hours long. So you can say maybe pretend you're a student who will attend to this psychology class in MIT, and you can say, after you wear the earbuds and you record through the whole lessons for like 2 or 3 hours, and VM AI will analyze line by line and reading it word by word, and also like figure out what's the highlight of that lessons, what's the most important part of that lessons. And after like 2 minutes, you can see the full results, and we have 3 AI functions and 1 transcription functions. So the transcriptions, you can say the earbuds will record all the text, like all the speakings into the phone, and you can just replay and see the text of the transcript. And for the summary,
Summarization.
it's summarizations, and it will save a lot of times.
I had this when I was visiting some of our brands. We attended a Ugreen 30-minute open keynote.
Yeah, it's too
During
long.
that time, I recorded the whole thing via this device, and that has now become an article that we've already made live on the website. It was
Yes.
able to condense that 30-minute presentation into a lovely little 500-600 word quick snap bite.
Of course.
So yeah, and the mind map that you're about to show, I'm sure, was a
Yes.
really interesting factor of breaking down where things were going.
Yes, helping
and
to
that
save
made
more
it,
time.
when I used that to make the script for a video,
Yeah.
because it allowed me to see the salient points in a visual
Yes.
form. I was really, really impressed by that.
Thank you. And yeah, it helps you to think clearer and helps you to work smarter, not harder. So that's what we are striving about. So our slogan is we aim to explore. So we want to explore more ways of life and work balance. We want to save more users' time when they are working, when they are attending these long meetings. So that's what we do.
So I guess for a lot of users, the big question is, how much is this? Is there a subscription? Is it a one-off? How much does this cost?
So right now, the cost is around $229 around, but we have a lot of discounts each holiday or each like a Prime Day or Black Friday. So yeah, it will be like less than $200 around.
And does it have a subscription service, or does that grant the user access to all of this forever?
So it's free for forever for the AI functions and for the transcriptions, but for the record that you store in the cloud
The cloud
storage,
space.
we have 6,000 minutes for free, and if you use them all, and you can just add more subscriptions by maybe 1 year will be like 100 yuan, around like $15 or like $20 around.
Cool, fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, again, I'm happy with it thus far. I mean, realistically, you guys know this is a sponsored video, and this has covered what we're doing here. But I won't lie, I am probably going to keep using these simply because it has proven its worth to me. When I was doing a lot of the video content, when I had to write lots of articles, a lot of these trade shows, I will be making 10, 12, 14 videos. That is a lot of text that compressed together.
Yes.
And the great thing is, I know a lot of users could have frankly just gone to ChatGPT and knocked out some random, but it's my voice. This is the article in my voice. It's based on my transcription of when we're doing it, and that includes this right now. But yeah, thank you so much for this incredible presentation. Thank you.
Glad you love it.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Hardware-wise, these are hardly Bose earphones, but they don't need to. They've still got 4 microphones inside. They have a 19-hour battery life in each earbud that can be extended up to 53 hours with the included box that it comes in when you carry them around, using Bluetooth connectivity between you and your phone there. Ultimately, they weigh nothing, they're well designed, and I didn't even realise I was wearing them after a while. Also, the fact the system covered a great 7-metre distance allowed me, during my presentations at IFA, to conduct conversations and get a lot more of the information that was exchanged into my articles there, obviously with consent, and I highlight to everyone when I was wearing them. But still nonetheless, that was a really useful feature. Indeed, if you've watched the video that me and Eddie made about Ugreen and their AI NAS system, we talked a lot more about the presentation and their keynote they did. I wore them during that, and it allowed me to not miss out on any of the finer details during that event. Allowed me to break down via that word map and via that flowchart exactly where the salient points were, and if a point was called back to, it was detailed to me very, very clearly and allowed me to make a much more consistent video overall for you guys. Now, let's be honest, cost is going to be a matter for some. These knock around for about $200, depending on when you're buying them. Alongside that, you receive with it 600 minutes a month completely for free, and that includes all of those services. Now, you can scale up and spend a little bit more, but frankly, I never used the 600. After 3 days at IFA, after the Synology event, I have still yet to hit the full 600-minute limit. So really, I don't think I'm ever going to upgrade. If I do, I could take advantage of other AI models, and you could, dig deeper into that information. But if you don't want that for a comparatively small spend in terms of efficiency, ultimately, these things left me impressed. Bottom line, is this a sponsored video? Is this a paid for video? Yes, it is. It is. But it doesn't make this thing bad because of it. Overall, I'm really happy with what I've used here. I analysed the network logs. I didn't see anything untoward when I was passing this through Unify, and it was running on my own device there with my Android device's own safeguards. This has allowed me and saved me quite literally tens of hours of work. And at the 200 nick a spend, it's not the end of the world really when you think about the time you might save. Now, again, you're going to see me wearing these a lot more, and although they sponsored this video, I'm going to keep using them. I like this. And frankly, talk to me about it if you see me at a trade show, and we'll, if something's bad about this, if 3 to 6 months down the line something goes wrong, I'll update it. But apart from that, I'm really happy with these, and I will continue to use these moving forward. I'll link to them below. There isn't an affiliated link there. You just go straight there and use it if you like. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.